Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to be in Japan, kinda. We're unpacking something that might surprise you. Japanese adjectives.
Mm-hmm.
Those descriptive words we use all the time like beautiful, delicious, strange. Well, get this. Japanese doesn't always use them the way we do in English.
Right.
We've been digging into this really detailed article.
Yeah.
And trust me, things get fascinating quickly. So buckle up. Let's see what linguistic adventures await.
You're in for a treat. You see, in English, we have one basic category of adjectives.
Right.
But in Japanese, they've got two main types, I adjectives and na adjectives.
Okay.
And they don't just sound different, they work differently, too.
Okay, so it's not just about, like, organizing them in the dictionary.
Right.
There are actual grammatical consequences to this I versus na business.
Exactly. Let's take the word atsui, which means hot. That's an I adjective. In a sentence like, today is hot, you can just say, Kik wa atsui, super straightforward. But now let's look at hen, meaning strange. This one's a na adjective. To say, he is strange, you'd say, kero wa hen da. See how you need that extra da in there?
So it's like each type has its own set of rules about how to interact with other words in a sentence.
Yes.
It's kind of like those old school video game cartridges. You can't just stick any game into any console,
Exactly.
They have to match up.
That's a great analogy. And here's where things get even wilder. Some linguists argue that because of these quirks, Japanese might not technically have any true adjectives.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying Japanese adjectives are like verbs in disguise?
In a way, yes. These I adjectives, in particular, the way they change form for past tense or negative, it's a lot like how verbs behave. It's even been suggested to call them descriptive verbs.
Wow, that's such a different way to think about describing things.
Right.
So it's not just hot, it's is being hot that almost makes those descriptions more, active somehow.
Exactly. And then there's this whole other layer. Think of them as linguistic fossils. She adjectives are a great example. These words, like kanashi for sad, were once a totally separate group back in Old Japanese.
Oh, so it's like they have their own ancient history, their own story to tell about how Japanese has evolved?
Precisely. While they now function like regular I adjectives, you can still spot that she ending in how they're written, a little reminder of their unique past.
It's amazing. It's like finding an arrowhead in your backyard.
Yeah.
A little piece of the past just hiding in plain sight.
And speaking of hiding, the article mentioned something about taru adjectives being super rare.
Yeah.
What's the deal with those?
Ah, yes. The taru adjectives are fascinating. They almost sound like they belong in a fantasy novel, don't they? You hardly ever encounter them in modern Japanese.
Right.
They pop up in really formal settings or literary contexts like echoes of a forgotten language. So they're like those rare first edition books that collectors obsess over.
Yes.
You might find them in a museum, but not in everyday conversation.
Exactly. A good example is dude, meaning magnificent. It has a certain weight and formality that you just wouldn't use casually.
Okay, so we've spent a lot of time on these I adjectives and their historical counterparts. What about their partners in crime? The nay adjectives. They must have some secrets too.
Oh, they absolutely do. Remember how we talked about I adjectives being a bit like verbs? Well, nay adjectives are like nouns in disguise.
Oh, hold on. You're telling me these words we use to describe things are shape-shifting right before our eyes. How can a descriptive word be like a noun?
It's all in how they behave grammatically. Think of it this way. In English, we might say the cat is playful, but with na adjectives, it's almost like saying the cat possesses playfulness. They often need that extra sa suffix to act like regular nouns in a sentence.
So it's like emphasizing the quality itself, like making it a tangible thing. Instead of saying someone is kind, you're saying they have kindness within them. That's such a different way of looking at it.
Precisely. And just when you think you've got a handle on it, Japanese throws in even more subtle distinctions. You've got subgroups like yaka and raka adjectives, each adding their own flavor to descriptions.
More subtypes. It's like those Russian nesting dolls. You open one and there's another one inside. Tell me more about these yaka words. What makes them stand out?
Well, take the word nigiyaka, for example. It means bustling or lively, and often describes things that are full of energy and excitement. You wouldn't just use it for any kind of crowd, but for one that's particularly vibrant and animated.
So it's not just about being crowded. It's about that specific kind of energetic atmosphere. Like the difference between a library and a street festival. Both have people, but the vibe is totally different.
Exactly, and that's what's so cool about these adjective subgroups. They allow Japanese speakers to paint really nuanced pictures with their words, capturing those subtle shades of meaning that we might struggle to express in English.
It's like having a whole extra set of colors on your palette, right?
Mhm.
You can create much richer and more detailed images. But wait, we haven't even touched on how Japanese turns these adjectives into adverbs yet, have we?
You're right, we haven't, but don't worry, it's surprisingly intuitive. Both I and na types have their own little formulas for becoming adverbs, those words that describe verbs.
Okay, so like in English, we might add ritely to an adjective. What's the Japanese equivalent?
For I adjectives, you simply swap out the I at the end for ku. So atsui, meaning hot, becomes atsuku, which you could use to say something like, it's getting hot quickly.
Interesting. So it's like a little word puzzle, changing the ending to shift the meaning.
Uh-huh.
What about those noun-like na adjectives? How do they become adverbs?
For ne adjectives, you trade the na for ni. Our example, hen, meaning strange, transforms into hin ni to modify a verb. It's fascinating how Japanese maintains that consistency between the two types, each with its own clear pattern.
Right. Like they each have their own little formula, which makes it easier to remember once you see it in action. But hold on, the article mentioned something called attributives. Are these like super adjectives, the superheroes of description?
Huh. Not quite superheroes, but they definitely play a specific role. Think of attributives as those reliable friends who always have your back, but maybe aren't the life of the party. They excel at one thing, modifying nouns directly.
So they're like homebodies. They stick close to their nouns and don't go out modifying verbs.
You got it. They're all about providing that extra detail about a person, place, or thing, but they don't venture out to describe actions.
Okay, so we've got these two main types of adjectives, I and na, each with their own quirks and subgroups, and then these attributives hanging out with the nouns. It's a lot to keep track of.
It definitely highlights how intricate and nuanced the Japanese language can be. And here's the thing. Even the way we talk about these concepts in English can get a little fuzzy.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
You mean even the experts can't agree on what to call these things?
It's true. There isn't like one universally accepted way to translate these Japanese parts of speech into English.
No.
Some call them adjectival verbs. Others prefer stative verbs for I adjectives. Even ne adjectives get thrown around with labels like copular nouns.
So it's like trying to fit these beautifully unique Japanese concepts into neat little English boxes, and they just don't quite fit.
Exactly. It really highlights how different languages have their own ways of like carving up the world, their own unique logic.
Yeah.
Direct translations can only take us so far.
Right.
Sometimes you have to step inside the language itself to truly grasp the meaning.
It's like those optical illusions where you see one thing, but then someone tells you to look at it another way,
right.
and suddenly a whole new image pops out. It's still the same picture, just perceived differently.
That's a great way to put it. And that's what we've tried to do today with this deep dive into Japanese adjectives. We've uncovered hidden depths, explored linguistic fossils, and discovered that sometimes words can be a bit like chameleons, changing their appearance depending on the context.
It's definitely made me realize that something as seemingly basic as an adjective can hold so much complexity and nuance.
Yeah.
Who knew words could be so adventurous?
Right. And the best part is we've only just scratched the surface. There's a whole universe of fascinating linguistic quirks waiting to be explored in Japanese, from the intricate writing system to the use of honorifics.
Speaking of exploration, I have a question for you, dear listener. If you could invent a brand new type of Japanese adjective, what would it be? What kind of feeling or quality would it describe that current Japanese adjectives just can't quite capture?
Ooh, that's a fantastic question. Would it convey a sense of irony or maybe the feeling of déjà vu? Would it describe a uniquely 21st century experience?
It really makes you think about the power of language to evolve and adapt.
Okay.
After all, who knows what new words and concepts the future holds? Maybe one day, your invented adjective will be part of everyday Japanese conversation.
No, wouldn't that be something? It's a reminder that language is a living, breathing entity, constantly changing and reflecting the world around us.
So to our listener out there, we encourage you to keep exploring, keep asking questions, and never stop being curious about the hidden wonders of language. Who knows what other linguistic treasures you might unearth? Until next time, happy deep diving.